Hello, and welcome once again to another Heart to Heart Talk with me. I'm John Kuert, the interim pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for stopping by for another version of Heart to Heart. These little messages that really do come from my heart to yours, and I hope that they're meaningful and uplifting in your spiritual journey. Well, you know what we say in our counseling ministry is that if you can change the way you think, it can change your behavior, it can change the way you act. And that's what we have to do. Colossians 1, or chapter 3, verse 1 says, "Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on the things above, where Christ is set at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." Now, to do this, we just have to follow the example of Christ. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm just saying this is the way it is. Because, see, he had a mindset of bigger things than the pleasures of heaven for himself and just holding on to his power and protecting his position. He had his mind on the joy of eternal victories. In Hebrews 12, it said, instead of the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. So instead of hanging on to that, he endured the cross so that he could project greater victories than were even imaginable. And this is where spiritual maturity begins. Getting our minds and our affections on eternal things, not just on the temporal things of this world. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Now here's a little formula that leads to maturity. That's what we're talking about. Being mature, having a mindset of maturity. So this little formula, it says, in this universe, there is God, and there are people and things. We should worship God, love people, and use things. But if we start worshiping ourselves, we will ignore God, and we start loving things and start using people. Now that's how so many scramble this and start living for here and now. The revised formula is focused on me and here and now and is spiritually immature and is the formula for a miserable life. Now I want to ask you this at this point. Does God think of you as a mature person or immature? How would you rate your church? How would you rate yourself as an individual? Are you spiritually mature? Do you have a mindset that thinks like Jesus? Or are you like an immature child? And we all know how little kids are. They're so immature all the time. And you know why? Because they are self-centered. They are now-centered. And they are pleasure-centered. They don't care if it's good for them or not. Junk food, fine. Because they don't have the big picture. And that's like us so often. When we come to the eternal things, we have our minds on here and now, and we are earth-centered, which is also self-centered, now-centered, and pleasure-centered. But the mature way is to get the big picture, to set our minds on the things above. Well, there's something for you to think about. And I hope I didn't get too deep there. But anyway, thanks for joining me once again. Please stop by the church sometime at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. We would love to have you. Check out our website, alphaag.org, or go to our Facebook page to find out all that you need to know and how to find us and such. So God bless. Have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see you again soon. Bye.